Okay, guys, welcome to session number 5, day 2 of the transition course. Hopefully, the last week went well and you enjoyed it. Everything you're doing now is going to be so helpful next year, so just keep plugging away. And here we go for session number 5, which is on factorising. Okay, we're going to go straight in. I've got quite a few examples today, so do copy them down carefully. Maybe pause the video up before I answer each one, just so you can sort of have a practice. But here we go. Okay, like I say, this is a session on factorising, and there's lots of different types of factorising which we need to be aware of. And I'm just going to demonstrate that by lots of different examples. Okay, so the first one, I'm going to look at one like this. Okay. Okay, so again, just pause the video, try and factorise that yourself. This is a single bracket type. Okay, so how I would answer this one, I look at what's common in both terms. I've definitely got a multiple of 3 that's common. I've got an x squared that's common. And I've also got a y that's common in both terms. And then I look, what do I need to times that by to give me each term? So here, it's going to be 5, x squared I've already done, 5y squared, plus I need to multiply that second term by 3x squared. Okay, because, and there you go, that is where that would be example number 1. So type 1 I call that, type 1, which is a single bracket. Right, let's have a look at the next one. So slightly harder on this. Okay, so this looks tricky. What people, again, pause the video and maybe have a go yourself. What people are tempted to do, and I see people do this a lot with this sort of question, is to multiply out the brackets, but do not do that. Do not multiply out. Okay, that's the temptation, but don't do it. Here you're looking for what's common again in both. So what term is common in both of these? Term is common in both of these? It's going to be x plus 2 squared. X plus 2 squared is common in both of these terms. And to get the first one, I'm just going to multiply it by 6. And to get the second one, I need to minus one of those, don't I? And I've still got the x minus 1. Okay. Now at this stage, I can just multiply out. Let's simplify this slightly. Minus, that's going to be x squared minus x plus 2x minus 2. Okay. So there's going to be x squared there, sorry. So let's just keep going with that. So it's going to be 6 minus x squared plus x minus 2x plus 2. Okay, and if I simplify that slightly, I'm going to get 8 minus x squared minus x. Okay, sometimes that will factorise that quadratic, but I think in this particular case it won't. So that's as good as I can get for that sort of example. Okay, so don't multiply out if you see ones like that. That's still a type 1 because it's a single single thing that's common in both. Right, e.g. 3. Can you factorise this one? Again, pause the video, have a think about what type this might be. Okay. Right, here we go. Now this is difference of 2 squares. Some people may have heard of sort of dots, difference of 2 squares. That's a common sort of shorthand for this. And what you really need to do, it's a double bracket. You square root each term. So the first one's going to be 2x, and the second one's going to be 3y, and then it's just plus minus. Difference of 2 squares. There we go. Okay, you can always check by multiplying out, but you'll see that that's correct for that one. Okay, right, e.g. 4. Let's look at a factorising one like this. Okay, that's sort of type 2, difference of 2 squares. Type 3 is this type. Again, have a go, pause it. Sorry, that needs to be a negative 10. Okay, Right, again, you would have seen these for a long time. You're looking for, it's a double bracket case. You're looking for two numbers that multiply to -10 and add to +3. So in this case, it's going to be, it's definitely going to be 5 and 2, isn't it? And that's going to be +5 minus 2. So +5 minus 2. Again, you can always check your answer. If you multiply that out, you will end up with the right answer. Okay, right, 2 more to go, guys. EG5, harder type here, 6x squared minus 11x minus 10. Okay, now there's lots of different ways you can do this. Is type 4. This is lots of different ways you can do these type. I'm just going to show you one, which I find easy to remember. So when I'm factorising these, when this number here is not 1, when it's bigger than 1, it can get tricky. So I start off by doing this. 6x over 6. I've divided it by 6 to eliminate, otherwise I'll end up with 36x squared, which is not what I want. Now the two numbers that go in here, here and here, they must multiply to the AC. So they must multiply to 6 times minus 10, which is minus 60, and they must add to the middle term, minus 11. Okay, so two numbers that multiply to minus 60, add to minus 11. I think you'll find that's going to be 15 and 4. One negative 15 plus 4. Okay. Now, to tidy this up a little bit, I'm dividing by 6. None of them divide by 6, but I can divide that one by 3, the left-hand side one by 3, and the right-hand side one by 2, and that is the same as dividing by 6. If I divide the left-hand side one by 3, I get 2x minus 5, and if I divide the right-hand side one by 2, I get 3x plus 2. And there you go, there's my final answer. Again, I could check that by multiplying it out. Now, some of you may have done different methods of that, and if you're comfortable with whatever method you're using, that is absolutely fine. This is just my personal preferred method. You may use the AC method and you split the middle term. Anything you do is fine there, as long as you know how to do it accurately. That's all I care about. Okay, final example before you're over to the worksheet. EG6, simplify the following. Okay, again, pause the video if you want to have a go at this. Simplify the following algebraic fraction. This could have been a GCSE question. You need to factorise both the top and the bottom. So let's factorise the top first. Top slightly easier. My recommendation is always start with the easiest one. So the top two numbers that times to -21 and add to -4. It's going to be 7 and 3 minus 7 plus 3. Okay, let's factorise this bottom one here. So 2x. I'm going to factorise that. So I'm going to put 2x all over 2. The two numbers must multiply to 18 because 2 times 9 and add to 9. That's going to be 6 and 3, isn't it? Plus 6 plus 3. And then that left hand side one can divide by 2. So I'm going to get x plus 3, 2x plus 3. Okay. I can now slot that in up here. X plus 3, 2x plus 3. Okay, and then when I'm simplifying these, I can now eliminate any terms that are similar. I can divide through by x plus 3. And my final answer, x minus 7 over 2x plus 3. And there you go. Okay, right, that is the examples for session number 5. Again, you've got a worksheet that I want you to run through. Again, I want you to answer every question, please, including the extend, and keep that record going on your OneNote page. And yeah, keep going, and then tune in for session number 6 shortly. Well done, guys.